She call me old school, I play her like Sega. Sell me so good that she scrap on my data. I get a check and I check your ass later. Play with my Moses, you play with my paper. A Glock to his feet and get that boy a table. My mama an angel, my pop was a player. Was born in the trenches at war with my neighbor. Let's hop in this whip now, we going on the cable. Your face on the news, on the shirt, on the paper. I update the data, updated the data, the day they say I'm the updated jaded kids. Fuck it, they say they just update the pictures. Look what I made it, look what I made it out. Look how the matrices, where did they make me say they say believe in God, cause nobody created them. That mean he atheist. Boy, what you base that shit on? That's the basic shit. Going and say this bitch, you gon' have to get. You know I'm up watching this storm. It ain't got here yet, but I'm up watching it. Yeah, I'm good, bro. The demons out, cause a beam of light got me going to space with this war now. The ether be pulling. Yeah. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Hold up. Nigga, what the fuck? Okay. That nigga a hater, he call me my flavor. She call me old school, I play her like Sega. Sell me so good that she. What time it is over there, Cash Cow? It's 5:54 over here. Time you got? Chino. Got on my data. I get a check and I check your ass later. Play with my Moses, you play with my paper. A Glock to his feet and get that boy a table. My mama an angel, my pop was a player. Was born in the trenches at war with my neighbor. Let's hop in this whip now, we going on the cable. Your face on the news, on the shirt, on the paper. I update the data, updated the data, the day they say I'm the updated jaded kids. Fuck it, they say they just update. I like that, John. They say updated the data, the updated data. Say I'm the updated jaded kids. What? I like wordplay, bro. Wordplay is one of my things. I love that. Slide on there. Plagiarist, look what I made it. Look what I made it out. Let's start that over. What up, Cash Guy? Yeah. What's going on? Yeah. Hold up, nigga. Yeah. Hold up, nigga. What the fuck? Okay. That nigga a hater, he copy my flavor. She call me old school, I play her like Sega. Sell me so good that she scrap on my data. I get a check and I check your ass later. Play with my Moses, you play with my paper. A Glock to his feet. Yeah, Cash Guy, I can tell like. Yeah, no, I keep with real facts, Cash Cow. Hey, so what I'm thinking, Cash, is this dude here, like this style that he using, right? This style is a style. I think I heard what's that dude that came rap now? I forgot his name. It do have all the colors in his head, like his hella like Skittles and stuff. Black dude. Okay, dude, but he ain't no real good rapper now. But he used this flow right here that he used this flow that King Lo's using on this, right? But I could tell this King Lo's flow because the way King Lo's punch lines are in the flow, you could tell it's his. But the other people they do this flow, they got zero punches. They don't know how to move in it. They don't know how to stay on the same path. They don't know how to upgrade that. So I know this his. This ain't they flow. He let them borrow it. So watch this. He probably was writing for them, and then just didn't write them in nothing heavy. So listen to it again. That's the flow we hear today. This flow here. This song like 2-3 years old though. So this song that we hear with this, they don't got these kind of bars though. So he gave it to them or something. That nigga a hater, he copy my flavor. She call me old school, I play her like Sega. Sell me so good that she scrap on my data. I get a check and I check your ass later. Play with my Moses, you play with my paper. A Glock to his feet and get that boy a table. My mama an angel, my pop was a player. Was born in the trenches at war with my neighbor. Let's hop in this whip now, we going on the cable. Your face on the news, on the shirt, on the paper. I update the data, updated the data, the day they say I'm the updated jaded kids. Fuck it, they say they just update the plagiarists. Look what I made it, look what I made it out. Look how the matrices, where did they make me say they say believe in God, cause nobody created them. That mean he atheist. No. What you base that shit on? That's the basic shit. Going and say this bitch, you gon' have to get the demons out, cause a beam of light got me going to space with this sword now. The ether be pulling my soul now, like the sun and the moon when it go around. This is a cycle, no bitch, I don't let you. Don't let them hype you, my niggas. That nigga striking my balls. Yeah, that's right, you know. And I think that's how they have to get in. Like, all right, you ain't known, I'm known. You're a better rapper than me, but I'm the known person. And it's like, even though he can rap so good, he said the people gotta hear how good he rap. And if the people don't know where to find him at, that's what's limiting him. You know what I mean? So that that be the thing. Sometimes they be the better rapper, but the other person be more popular. You know what I mean? And we know that got to do with the marketing, the industries. That got all to do with industry. So they know how to make you famous and make you not famous, no matter your talent or not. You know what I mean? They control a lot of that. You don't get points if I'm not on the court. Man, who rapping that simple? I'm the gold up and down like Baphomet symbol. I travel through ripples and transform my carbon to blackness and triples. Imagine the rapper that exactly, Cash Cow. So that'd be the thing. So somebody can steal your idea, and because they are more known than you, the other people won't know that your idea was stolen. You know what I mean? Because they say, well, we don't know this, but this person, they had to do it. Like the Tim Duncan off the bat, right? It's people doing off the bat before Tim Duncan, but people don't know it because they weren't famous, so they weren't in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Mm. Yeah, so it's like that. Yeah, definitely. Taps in the signals, advancing the vast and subtracting the simple, then rubbing the lamp like a genie, kundalini energy rising back up to the temple like whoa. I got some shit on my mind, it's like thinking you got an answer for me, that is a no. I lived in the sky for a sun. Hey, Cash, you ever heard of Phase One? You have to play him for you. Jupiter, Pluto, imagine they sat in my dome. I'm straight out the trap from the bottom like I'm not used to Earth, try my best just to find my way home. Oh, you heard of Phase One? Oh, shit, I gotta switch and play Phase One now. Okay. Hey, my boy Cash Cow all over with it, right? My boy Cash Cow, yeah, I heard the Phase One. What you mean? Play that shit. Yeah, I was listening to him. Phase One. I like this that Malcolm song. Not the Malcolm, that's the he talk about Martin Luther. This one right here. Yeah. F Black History. I like that one. Black history. Ain't no black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that. I'll play this for sis. Fuck black history. We might look up some of this stuff online when we get a chance to. Especially the Merovingians. You don't know about me. They don't know. Exactly. They definitely went first with their flows. You know what I mean? Facts. But the Merovingians is somebody I want to look at people. Fuck black history. Ain't no black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that. You'll see. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. They don't know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. I'm about to K. Oh yeah, free to God. They went out to stay. Definitely took that from 3-6 and Bone Thugs mix. Yeah, you're right. And that's exactly why you seen them and Bone Thugs beefing at the time. The Migos and Bone Thugs were beefing at the time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, y'all talking about y'all better than Bone Thugs. I'm like, it's no freaking way y'all better than Bone Thugs. Y'all ain't even got half the hits Bone Thugs got. You ain't got 4 songs that are meaningful. I ain't talking about 4 songs that sound good. I'm talking about meaningful songs that actually mean something. You ain't got 4 of them. Your whole career. You got 4 songs that meant something to people that they can take into their life and advance in the inside with. You know what I mean? You got zero of that. So I don't care about them. They just like if you want to go to ride go-karts and stuff like that, that's what you learn from them. Fun. That's it. Nothing else. That's it. That's all you're gonna get from them. Fun. That's it. When we ain't focus on our will, fun is something we want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's cost cuts. Bro, they ain't got cost. They ain't even got a, if you wanted to go to some struggle junk, like for the love of money, they ain't got that. That's early bone thugs. You know what I mean? Crosswords, they definitely ain't got that. You got so many, you know what I mean? Yeah, so many things that Bone Thugs got that they don't got. It's too much. Like just songs with only harmonizing. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, bro. It's during phase one. I'm listening to him on this song. I really like this song. Oh, hey, I was walking home, right? Work. I stopped in the store. I was playing this song right here, right? So then, the people in the store, they from across the world, but they skin like ours too, right? Uh, the white man was right behind me in the store. Right behind me in the store. So I was playing this song, and then he listening to what the man telling us in the song, and I could feel him like, how the hell he know that? The hell, they not supposed to know that. I could see the way he was looking. Like, it was something we weren't supposed to know. Like, I ain't even react to it. I just was like observing that he was looking like that and stuff behind me. It's crazy. Even the people in the that was taking my order and stuff, they was listening to it. I could see. And I'm like, huh. No black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about a K. Oh yeah, free to God. They went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. For a black hit, you tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Think that's a movie, I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels on. When I pull up, they peep how the rules run. We some dog killers, won't chew bones. Know we all spit them, we supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream. Did them dirty, they keep playing by that same to us, but they bullshit. If you win a battle, you can tell the story and delete whoever, get whoever glory. Hope you listen closely, this ain't metaphor. This is straight up real and I prepared you for it. MLK was a motherfucking agent. Yeah, exactly. They showed him the front of the building, they tell him the bell burning, but the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. So then, like, if they had, why would they want to be like this, right? So then the main thing gonna be is like, all right, why they first, if they took over. Took up our land here, right? And then they hate us, but then of course they copy because they know that we was here first. So then guess what? So then you gonna wanna copy this, what the originals doing, but you just don't want them to know that they're originals. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. That's the lust of it. The lust for the land and stuff that you want to use of people, but you don't want to allow the people to know who they already are because of your lust, because you're afraid. But yet you still want to gain off of them, even though you don't want to give them what is normal. What is normal, and the only reason why you would have to give it to them is because you took it away from them. But if they don't know you took it away from them, then how would they know that they need to get it back? So therefore, that's why you hide it. You see what I'm saying? But in the hot midst of hiding it, they wonder how we still start begin to move it in ways that's us. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, that's why they still trying to peep game from us because they trying to figure out if we disconnect them from this, and this, how they able to start finding ways to connect back still. That boy Cash Cow be riding. He be everywhere. Cool.
Fuck black history. Ain't no black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. They don't know about me. You gon' know about me.
That's right, Cash
I
Cow.
am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about a K. Oh yeah, free to God. They went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. Fuck black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, I mean school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Think that's a movie, I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels farm. When I pull up, they beat how the rules run. We some dog killers, won't true bones. Know we all spit them, we supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream. Did them dirty, they keep playing back that same to us, but they bullshit. If you win the battle, you can tell the story and delete whoever, give whoever glory. Hope you listen closely, this ain't metaphor. This is straight up real and I prepared you for it. MLK was a motherfucking agent. At first he ain't know it, cause really they played him. They showed him the front of the building, they tell him the back was burning. But the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. Go back and listen to that. I have a dream and the speed that he gave on the night before they killed him. He climbed up that mountain and see the promised land. That boy was a mason by writing. They sealed them documents forever, but I know masons in Atlanta know better. They said he would kill cause of prejudice, yeah, but they lied to you. Here I come with that shovel on, yelling fuck black. Yeah, the street, ain't no black. Yeah, the streets, they gon' know about me.
There was a lot right there. I was listening to after I heard it, I went back to listen to Martin Luther King, the message on the mountaintop. And first I'll listen to a snippet version, but then I went to the video. It was like a whole like 45, 50 something minute video of it for real, of him just talking. And he was in Memphis, Tennessee. And he telling Memphis about what's talking to them about the atrocities that's going on there, different stuff like that. So what I'm is he kept comparing that the Moses and the Israelites coming out of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And they say they just don't want to let us go, and when they don't want to let you go, they'll turn you against each other. So this is what they keep doing. Even with the say if they had the two wings of the same bird, the Democrat and Republican, right? If you got us turned against each other because of what y'all want, then we don't never get together. You see what I said? So your natural government got to be against us. You see what I'm saying? In order to make us stay in confusion or against each other, in order that we don't build or come together to build, and that don't have to be a physical build first. It has to be a spiritual build first. The same way, if you was to write out some plans before you build the structure, right? Makes you an architect. But that architect, what those thoughts came from their mind. Their mind, what they think of what they say, what that's gonna be spirit. So you got to build spiritually before you build physically. You see what I'm saying? So what they doing is they keeping us not building spiritually. You know, see what I'm saying? That way when we get interact physically, it's a lust. It's I want, I need this, no, this. I don't know you. I don't care about you. That how they got us. You know what I mean? And if we use our power against each other instead of for each other, therefore they can keep us forever tearing ourselves down. You know what I mean?
That he gave on the night before they killed him. He climbed up that mountain and seen the promised land. That boy was a mason by writing. They sealed him documents.
Now, what I'm thinking is what mountain and what he said they gave MLK a secret, just like a hurricane only happened, along the slave trade route in coastal areas that was stolen from the Native Americans. Yeah, facts. Hmm. Yeah, exactly, Cash. Yeah, so then like I'm thinking about over here in America, what mountain they took him up and then showed him the promised land over here. I'm thinking about Martin Luther King was talking about the mountain. He went up the mountain and seen that. Was he been speaking metaphorically about Moses going up the mountain and seeing, because he got to see the promised land before he went in, right? I mean, before the people went in, but he didn't make it. Or the people of that generation didn't make it either. What's good? It's two of y'all. Two of y'all. What up? Yeah. So what we saying is, what up there? Excuse me, y'all. What I'm saying is, he went up some mountain to see something. Now, what is that? Was that was that physically he went up a mountain himself to see it? Oh, that's my alarm. My bad, y'all. That's supposed to be my wake up call. That I've been up for an hour already, hour and something. I've been up. Gotta check when it's on, see where it's at. You know me. I got a wife. I gotta protect my wife. So I gotta know what's going on. I got my grandma, my great grandma, all these people I gotta protect. Choice. Mm. But yeah, I always want to. Appalachian Mountain is where the promised land really is, but people don't know. Okay, okay, and the Appalachian Mountain. That's all right. That's something I need to look into. Yeah. So that's what phase one talked about here. So they took him up to Appalachian to show him, but so they made him have to become a mason to show it to him. But in the midst of showing it to him, they was doing that in order to use his power of persuasion. And not that they but if it was a trick, if they tricked him. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I'm as safe as I can be right now, bro. There ain't nothing more I could do. I, so I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. It's all good, bro. Yeah, we gonna be good after the storm, bro. We gonna be good because God got us. It ain't gonna be to the point where we ain't gonna be able to be the way God set for us to be. We gonna be there. But if I was in the further down in Florida where these people at us, I would have definitely been evacuated. I'm telling you. I ain't wouldn't be going through that. That'd be a normal thing to evacuate. But I'm not in the evacuation zone or any of that. But I still making sure my grandma, everybody's safe, and I'm still making sure people ain't in places that they shouldn't be at. That's my job, though. You see what I'm saying? I got like 20 boy cousins, like almost all around the same age as me. All of us all around the same age, within 10, 5 to 10, 5 to 15 years within each other range, right? So I mean, if anybody even 15 years younger than me, they still grown. You see what I'm saying? So look, yeah, even though I got something in my mind, I still gotta know that I need to do this. I need to do this, even though I can say one of my cousins should do that, or one of my cousins, but that ain't the mindset we got. All my cousins gonna think the same way too. They gonna go check, make sure grandma, make sure granny. They ain't even care if I make check or not. Not saying they don't want me to check, but everybody gonna check. Everybody got to do it regardless. That way, because if it was only one of us, then the one person will be doing it. So we all do it. You know what I mean? We all gonna check. We all got, what I love about the my uncle helped do that. My uncle he brought all those boys up together and made us where we all was together, and it just like grew us all up around each other to where we was all cousins, but all my cousins is my brothers now. You know what I mean? So if I got 20 boy cousins, then I got 20 brothers besides my one real brother. So that's 21 brothers. You see what I'm saying? So you see how strong that make you? It make you strong. You see what I'm saying? So if I if I need to go do something, me and my 21 brothers will go. You see what I'm saying? 21 of y'all. Do they be like, oh, that's no, it's just my family. It ain't even that. You see what I'm saying? But it just helped. Appalachian Mountains. I gotta look that up on Cash Catching. Hey, I really appreciate. I ain't heard that. That's the first time I heard that information in my whole life. Cash Cow, what you just said. I had never heard that in my whole life. Yeah, I appreciate you for that, Cash Cow. I had never heard that. What you just said that in my whole life. Appalachian Mountains is where the promising really is, but people don't know. Yeah, so then I was listening because I was listening to Martin, and I had already listened to you're going from Georgia up through West Virginia. Her. So yeah, cause see, when I talked to my Italian friend, he was like, "Yeah, man, we can't. This is supposed to be the promised land." He was telling me, I'm like, "Yeah," cause I said, "Y'all came to Florida, looking for the fountain of youth, and came for the gold mines, you came for, you see what I'm saying? But the other stuff that they don't want us to know, they ain't there. Hush, hush, don't tell them that we came here for this as well. But we don't, we don't know it because they, what they did was catch, is when they did the not allowed to read. You don't, like I said, if people was being dumb and just being dumb and just wanted to be dumb, then you don't have to put up something say not don't read. You cannot read. Don't do it. But you put that up for people who are willing to read, want to read. You trying to stop them from doing something. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So that's a big thing. I also say too for people to understand is they got to understand that people didn't want you to do something. So it was a purpose for people not wanting you to read, not wanting you to learn, not wanting you to know where you at from, or think you from somewhere else. So that way you don't search or look. Hey, Young Shane. Hey, Young Shane, I appreciate you, bro. I'm still using that same information that you sent. I kind of need the information because I still want to talk about the Javion McGee case, and I'm thinking about when you said the person said they were 12 feet in the air, 12 to 15 feet up in the air. And I think that matters because that means that person know the original tree that Javion would have been hung from. You know what I mean? And that matters because nobody else know where that tree at. Excuse me. Me and Cash Cow had talking. Yeah, me and Cash Cow here talking about Appalachian Mountains. I gotta check that area, Cash Cow. Yeah, Terrence. Yeah. Hey, Shane. So that's what I'm saying, Shane. So that is the original tree, but they staged away from that crime scene. You see what I'm saying? They moved it away from that crime scene. Because what if he was there? How you gonna put one foot over another foot? You know how they say they had him at the tree? Nah, that's something they did. And I think, and as I was talking with Sis, right? We was talking about there had to be an altercation, right? Or we know they had put a lock on that man truck, on that trailer, right? So that he can't take the trailer out. But if you upset with his trailer being there, why would you put a lock on it? The only reason why you put a lock on it, as I said before, is because now you want to mess with him for putting the trailer on. Now you're harassing. That's what you're doing. You're harassing and bullying. You grabbing. You got a lot his stuff locked down so he can't leave, like when he want to, and all of this. So eventually, I have an altercation with this man. And if y'all do something to him and they call the police or y'all little secret walkie talkies or whatever you want to call that way y'all reached them without it being known to the public, and the public out that you reached out to the police. They say if y'all excuse me, if the police get there, right? If the police get there and then they actually do something to JVR and they somehow break his neck, right? So that it's going to be known that, oh, this was something by hands made. So that what I was explaining to sisters, what if they went and hung him after that in order to make that the death marks look like he actually hung himself. So then, if they did that to cover up what they did to him physically themselves, and then other people, they had to leave him up in that tree long enough for everything injury to look like it was from that hanging. You see what I'm saying? But then again, they had to take him out that tree and put him under another tree so that crime scene won't be known as well. It's like a super double triple cover up. Yeah, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like, y'all. Mm. And also, we playing this phase one too. We listen to this phase one.
Fuck black history. Ain't no black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me. You don't know about me.
Hey, Cash Cow, I'm thinking exactly the same thing, right? Cash Cow, I'm thinking the same. So, so to me, like, if somebody like that with the Helene, so that's the Helene. So I don't think that one was like as people like to say it's engineered. I don't think that was engineered because of where it went. It like went exactly behind what happened. There's being wickedness being done. So according to our scriptures, right? Our scriptures say the angels control the four winds. It talks about it in Revelation that you know what I mean. So if the angels, if he got angels holding back the winds, the east, the west, the north, you know what I mean, south winds. It's not like all the angels are doing. It's an angel pretty much for each wind is the west, north, east, south. Mm. Good morning, y'all. Y'all know what we doing. Y'all know we just all giving all glory to God for just being up this morning and being able just to have a break. Y'all know I'm in the same thing every time I wake up. Every day I get up, I still think the same way. My mind ain't changed. I ain't become a whole nother person, looking to do something. I'm already being what I'm supposed to be. And that's the way I got to stay focused at. So, you know what I mean? Play this again for y'all.
Fuck black history. Ain't no black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. They don't know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about the K. Oh yeah, free to God. They went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. For a black history, tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. I went to hell, I mean school, graduated at the top of my class.
Yeah, cash cow. Yeah, see, and that the fact that they, you know what I mean, like we hear about like when they give us history, even the history of America, they don't tell us about all of America's. But natural disaster is showing you where Holy Land is really located. Yeah, because we know that what they say in the end times, what they say is they're gonna make a lie the truth and the truth a lie. That's what they do. What's good, they're gonna call evil, and what's evil, they're gonna call good. So this what they're gonna do to us. So which has already been done, and when you realize that Satan went out to deceive the whole world, we got sometimes people thinking that like, okay, the world got to get deceived in my time. But what about if you came into existence and the world was already deceived? They don't want to take it from the point that that happened already before we got here. You see what I'm saying? That way they can now you gotta adjust to what's going on because you got to be like, okay, what they telling me that's not right? So you got to really go look. Mm. Or they have you like thinking like everything that you first learned was everything that needed to be protected. But then when you learn what they if they was teaching you lies, that how not to protect it. You know what I mean? Just like ever since we were removed from Israel, it's been in a so-called holy war ever since. Exactly, cash couch. Exactly right. And even cash cow, when we see that, we don't even see the people say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go consult the prophet before the war," or nothing. We don't see them doing none of that. They don't say none of that. None of this stuff. That when we read in the scriptures, they ain't doing it that way. Let's say if it's that people, I don't see how if they ain't moving like that people, they not doing it. You know what I mean? That's a whole different thing. But so they got our eyes focused on somewhere else, thinking some people got to be this place or whatever place. You know what I mean? And then that's totally against opposite of where we're supposed to be. That'd be crazy, very much crazy. I definitely got to take a look at the Google Earth and bring that down and check out where it would be. Where is it? Whew. Cash cow, man. Yeah. All I know, cash cow, is when I was 16, I dreamed about what I supposed to do. That's how I knew what I supposed to do. Not that I knew who I was, not any of that. I know what God told me to do. Now, you gotta have your own understanding of what God tell you to do. That's for everybody, right? God will come to you personally and tell you what He put you here for. But it's up to you being open minded to God speaking to your mind, visiting you. And so we got to put ourselves in the position that God sent us to be in from the beginning. You know what I mean? So then that means they say, well, if my people, which are called by my name, will will humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, then will I heal their land. And then you got to remember that God also pulled you out of the land. So then healing the land also includes healing you. You see what I'm saying? So then you see what I'm saying? So your land and you is can be healed simultaneous by humbling ourselves and what turning from our wicked ways. So then we got what is our wicked ways? You see what I'm saying? And then what have we done so wicked? What are we doing that's wicked? That's got us turned away from God. That's got us not humble. Because whatever we doing has got us in a position where we not humble. Because God said, if my people which are called by my name will humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways. So we are being proud. So that's the first thing we gotta do is that why are we being proud? Let's be humble. And then once we be humble, I'm sure we'll be shown what our wicked ways. Then what we have a chance to turn from those wicked ways. And then by turning from those wicked ways into our land and us, we will be healed. So that's a thing that we have to do within ourselves. And you gotta think about look at what happened in our past already. Like something Malcolm X was telling us that we were Negroes are exiled in his own land. Okay, in his own land. That's the problem. In your own land, you've been exiled. So then they tell you about somebody else's land. So then you thinking it's not your land. So they tell you about when somebody else arrived, but they don't got no time, date when you arrive, except for to tell you when they talk about you being in slavery. But how did you get in slavery? They don't say that. It's not in our history books. It's not in our and what I mean is not in the curriculum that they teach us at school. So it's not telling us nothing. We give it 12 years of dedication to learning about what they tell us about the United States or American history. And if it mentions nothing of us concerning where we came from, anything, then you stuck to be like, oh, you wasn't a part of the history. You don't have a history. It's without telling you don't have a history. It's telling you. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not giving you information on it. So therefore, like, what was we? Whoa, it just started right here with me or with my daddy. Or what was like? You don't got nothing. It's strategically put out to you not to have nothing about you. You know what I mean? I was looking. My nephew was doing. He was doing a project for school. He was doing a project for school. And, I seen them looking up. They got them looking at the New England colonies and stuff like this. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, look at these people right here. Who these people they talking to right here? Who these people here? They telling you who these people live. No, they ain't gonna tell you who these people are. They're like, guess what? So now, so that he don't get that. Okay, it was all them. It ain't because you're gonna learn about them. You ain't gonna learn about you. So since you can't learn about you, somebody got to tell you about you, or you gonna think you wasn't there, or you gonna think you didn't exist, or you gonna think you ain't important, or you gonna think you don't belong, and then you gonna have those feelings. But they don't understand that they put us through that. They understand that they put us through. We don't understand that that's what they're putting us through with those years in school. And I ain't even talking about the separation and not the same people in each class and all of that. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about just the information given. By not including you in the information it's given, it's excluding you from being in that time period to those people that they're teaching. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, it makes those people, those children have a misplacement in mind or don't know where to place themselves at, except for when you talk to them about slaves. And that's the problem. That's a genocide, too. That's a genocide, a mental genocide. I tell you, we should sue America's government for a genocide through the education system of the teaching, how they teach about us. You know what I mean? It should be. We should sue. Got legal ground to sue on that because it's not fair. It's not fair, and it's not even fair. It's not righteous to deprive the needy. It's not righteous to deprive them and trying to deprive them. And then at the same time, while you deprive them, requiring them to be in attendance of that or truancy officers. You got to enroll your kid in the school. If you don't, your parent can go to jail. All this, see what I'm saying? All that matters, right? Right? So then they forcing you to put your kids in some form of educational schooling. I mean, you can do homeschooling too. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got to go to work. So if you don't have time to teach your kids, or if nobody's educated to teach your kids, you know what I mean? Or if they're in a whole nother state or something, you can't get your kid there. This is the problem. Yeah, exactly. Like that's something that I think we should definitely do. Like stand up eventually, and for that, like we should be able to. It shouldn't be like this information is privy to one person. It shouldn't be like one person knowing the rest of us don't know. But this is it's gonna all come down that this was gonna happen. All this stuff was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. Now, this is the most difficult thing is they don't think we can rise up out of it. So, and this the thing, like that's why when Jesus talked to the prophet, he was like, "Can these bones live?" Right? And the prophet was like, "Only you know, Lord." And then Jesus told him to go and prophesy to the bones. And he said, as he prophesied to the bones, the skin came back on the bones and the flesh, everything came back on the bones. You know what I mean? They became they were no longer dead people. You see what I'm saying? So the spirit of life was spoken into them because, words are spirit. And God told the prophet to prophesy to the bones. So then prophecy is only for what? Believers. So that means these people that was seen like a dead people, they turned into believers. That's the only reason why you can receive this gift of life. You see what I'm saying? It's to believe. So we gotta believe no matter what happened to us, no matter what was taken from us, no matter what information was given away, taken away from us. And this is God showing that I made you for me. I made you. That no matter what they took away, they can't keep you from me. And we gotta want to be attached to God. That's what religion is. Reconciliating yourself back to the Father, not these institutions that they create. The same way you are the temple of God and not the institutions that you go to or the places you go to. That's why in the Antichrist said, like, you should not go to this high mountain, neither should you go to Jerusalem. But every person's going to worship me where they stand because God desires to be worshiped in spirit and in truth. He desires to be worshipped in spirit and in truth. You know? So regardless of what's going on, and see, because we could get upset and be mad about what happened, but that's not where we're supposed to be. Our hearts not supposed to be filled with hatred. Our minds are not supposed to be filled with confusion or a spirit of wanting to be wicked. You know what I mean? Just not that. If we focus our mind on what God wants us, then we're gonna realize that we still in the place we're supposed to be, in the position we're supposed to be in. Because one thing God, and when he had Joseph, Joseph was sold into the well, he was given into the Midianites, and then the Midianites sold him into the Ishmaelites, which was Pharaoh and them, you know, and then it ended up still being in God's plan in order to save the people. So that's what I'm saying. Like people gotta believe in God's plan and get in tune with God's plan. The only way to get on God's plan is to get in the will of God. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Mm. Wait and see when this going. I think I'm supposed to hit this in the morning by 8 or 9. Trying to be up for that. Not here. I'm supposed to hit where I'm at tonight.
We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that some movie? I think that it is. They won't control me. I'm really a member. I traveled that road. I came back with the jewels on. When I pull up, they peep how the roof gone. We some dog killers, won't chew bones. Know we all spit them. We supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream. Did them dirty, they keep playing back that same solo, but they bullshit. If you win a battle, you can tell the story and delete whoever, get whoever glory. Hope you listen closely. This ain't metaphor. This is straight up real, and I prepared you for it. MLK was a motherfucking agent. At first he didn't know it, cause really they played him. They showed him the front of the building. They tell him the battle burning, but the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. Go back and listen to that. I have a dream, and the speed that he gave on the night before they killed him. He climbed up that mountain and seen the promised land. That boy was a mason. By writing, they sealed them documents forever. But I know masons in Atlanta know better. They said he would kill cause of prejudice. Yeah, but they lied to you. Here I come with that shovel on, yelling fuck black. Yeah, it's street, ain't no black. Yeah, it's street. They gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about that K. Oh yeah, free the guys. They went out of state. Yeah, I'm a child of God. I do not belong to the United States. Yeah, fuck black hits. You tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British. Man, quite frankly, you was kings Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children.
Merovingians. That's the word I'm trying to look that up. Cash cow. What you know about the Merovingians? I've heard of that word, right? And I'm real big on studies, right? Cash cow. We gotta get our spirits realigned with our belief in God. Yeah, every culture that has tried to break us has had some habit that only God has caused. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. So that's what I'm saying. Kings, Mary Adventure. I know, and that Mary Adventure is gonna be mean Kings, and I could just stick with that, right? But I want to know the history of the Merovingians so I could go into it. You see what I'm saying? I've seen they say with the Moors, I've seen the flag, I've seen all of that stuff. I've seen all of that stuff. I understand the Aborigines. I understand all of that. I got you on all of that. Even my granddad, before he died, that's what he told me we was Shinnecock Indian. That's how I knew. You know what I mean? I learned that from my granddaddy. That's what he told me. You know what I mean? So I'm taking my granddaddy word on that over whatever they can tell me. You see what I'm saying? I didn't meet my granddaddy until I was 19. And, so whatever information I got from him, I'm keeping. You know what I mean? I wasn't supposed to get none of that. You know what I mean? But I got it. Yeah. Yeah. Up in Long Island, New York. Yeah. I want to search the Merovingians though. But you know about them, Cash Cow, the Merovingians. You know what I'm saying? You know, trying to look them up. Merovingians. Mm. Okay, yeah. I want to search the Merovingians. I'm gonna see. That's why I want to get sis, cause see, sis, you know how sis is. She a big researcher too. So you see what I'm saying? What I am good is I'm good at analyzing. You see what I'm saying? I'm good at analyzing the information. Not saying she isn't as well, but analyzing and putting together some like my best qualities. You know what I mean? Grasping and being able to attach things based off of understanding. If you can put it all in front of me, I can figure it out. But I need all of it. You see what I'm saying? So like we all got our certain specific gifts in the way. I'm like, all right, well tell me all of them. Let me hear it. And then that's you know you'll see me start putting it together. Then you'll see me start putting together stuff that somebody else might not have knew, even though they had it, because that's my gift. You see what I'm saying? So I definitely want to do that. Some of that was just search out some of that stuff, search out the Appalachian Mountain, search out. See, this is like lives. You see what I'm saying? Cash Catch, this live, this good stuff, this stuff we could be doing, and then figure out how that connect and why this. What were those mountains called before? And the fact that it's about mountains, so then that what these mountains really mean? What did these? What? Why weren't these mountains mentioned, or were they mentioned? And we don't know. Did they change the name of them? You see what I'm saying? This all matters. You know what I mean? All that matters. My boy said he said the Appalachian Mountains. It matters because then see because that's why they hiding it. Because see, if like some you can touch some of their name, memories might come back. But some like they're not even trying to have it. They say without a vision, they'll perish. So they don't even want us to see it, touch it, be around it. You see what I'm saying? So imagine them making it and corralling this, and I still feel like that because think about it, because We have a border issues, right? So these people come across the border, you calling them illegals, right? And they don't got no, but nobody over there is stopping them from coming over here either, right? Nobody over there is stopping them from coming here, right? That's what I'm saying. But our country, if we try to go somewhere, we're stopped, right? Like we need a passport to leave. Why I gotta pay you to leave here? That's a problem. I don't think people look at that. Like you gotta pay the government money for you to leave, and that's crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, but that's what I think is crazy. Just the fact that it's not like you paying to be on the plane and then no, you say I need to pay for a passport to. So I gotta show this to those people when I get over there for them, or is it for you to allow me to leave? If you require not if I get over there, where's your U.S. passport? They ask if they ain't asking me for that, but you only ask me for it, and it's something you're requiring of me. But why are you requiring that of me to leave from here? So then that would make us like prisoners, especially if this is our own land, like my granddaddy said, right? Then that make us prisoners in our own land, and then I mean, because we had the Trail of Tears and all the other different movements, they were people will move, right? So we have all of that, and so therefore they moved us off of the spots that would be, you know what I mean, known to us. Technically, it was no border before they came and started taking over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I'm using the border thing. I'm only talking about that to show you that like they got us like well, we gotta pay them to leave, meaning like they got us trapped here. That make us trapped on our on land, like because somebody requires something for me to leave. But these people who coming in, there is nothing required for them to leave from where they're at to come over here. But you see what I'm saying? But for us to leave to go to where they at is something required. You see what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about it. Yeah, they're illegal, Fred. They did require something from the U.S., but I'm saying I'm talking about from their country. If their country doesn't require them to have something to leave, why our country got to have something for us? Not, I mean, to be able to leave. Mighty funny that ones who were here illegally first call others illegals aliens. Yeah, that's what's crazy, because you see what I'm saying? Because they're applying that to others, but they're not applying that to themselves who first did it. But they will use it in certain terms. You see what I'm saying? I just think it should be where they shouldn't be able to. It should be what they shouldn't be able to hide that stuff. It's terrible. It's terrible that the whole government that way. The government function of it, set up the whole setup of it is a deception. That's what make it green. It's set up in a deceptive way. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm. Morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Yeah, my boy Sharp say coffee doobie, huh? Coffee doobie. Mm-hmm. And cash cow. It's not like just talking it, just to talk that. Oh, but you just want to be valued. Y'all just want to have something. Y'all just want to y'all ain't really do nothing. You see what I'm saying? Some people like y'all really just didn't do nothing. Y'all that's where y'all are known for nothing because y'all ain't really do nothing. But it ain't even that. That's not what it really happened. You see what I'm saying? So we just want to know what really happened so our life can be of value to God. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that they're depriving us, that's what bring me back to the Bible, right? Because see, when Moses went to go ask Pharaoh or tell Pharaoh, right, to let the people go, right? And I'm only going there because when I went to go watch the mountaintop from Martin Luther, right? When I went to go watch the mountaintop from Martin Luther, this is what he talking about. Moses, right? Now at Bible study at my church, we just went over that Moses. We just got finished reading from, yeah, that's right, cash cow. So then like we reading over Exodus. We just got read from Exodus. We just read from Genesis chapter 50 to Exodus chapter 5, then from Exodus chapter 5 through Exodus chapter 11. So within reading in Exodus, we saw what happened from I think it was from 5 from 5 to 11. We saw what happened from with Pharaoh and what and how the Pharaoh said forgot about Joseph and what Joseph did, how he saved all the people. So then, right? So then they started treating the Israelites, the children of Israel, right? They started treating them in a different way. They started putting more work on them because there was a many people there, and they started growing and being stronger. And they forgot about it, and then like I said, that Pharaoh, they forgot about. We never get that Pharaoh name, right? The Pharaoh that first forgets about Joseph, and then the next Pharaoh that sets up. Sorry, if you know the Pharaoh before had forgot Joseph, this Pharaoh don't know Joseph at all, 0%. So he don't even understand what this people that said this big group of people they got. They said that's growing in number, and the more work they give them, the stronger they get, and all of this stuff, right? They don't know who these people really come from. But you know they're not of his people, right? It's crazy. And Moses, when he go to Pharaoh and talk about it, God said, "Let his people go," right? So they was going to go in the wilderness to journey away from that place to go make a sacrifice unto God. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing I'm asking for. Like, well, you hiding this stuff from us or hiding what you doing this try to keep us in confusion. We just trying to go with the value of our life to God where it's supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? You actually trying to keep us from from doing that. You trying to keep us. You trying to do that. Keep us from making our life be of value to God. Well, our job is to have our life of value to God. So what they do? They gonna give you some race cars. They ain't gonna give you the race car. They're gonna give you the dream that you can attain the race car and all of the stuff around you to make you think that if we just keep building this for them, they're not gonna want that. You see what I'm saying? So they got us giving us a false promise. You know how they give what the house or the two cars in the garage. Everything supposed to be okay. You know, if you go up in my town, you get a house, two cars in your garage. The white picket fence. You supposed to be able to live. No, that was the scheme. That was the falsehood. They told us they wanted us to go just achieve for that. You see what I'm saying? That's a falsehood. And then they were so afraid that they went inside of everything and distorted everything, but they couldn't distort the spirit of God. But they was hoping that they can get us attached to all of these lust items and all this stuff, and that between the commotion between us and everything that they start, that our hearts won't be pure and our minds won't be have the right spirit in it to where we can connect with God to get that. So every day they got the liquor stores on the corner and everything available to you to try to keep you away from getting into that space where you attain or reach God, where God can lead you in your life and they try to keep you surrounded with their circle of foolishness. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're dealing with around us. But they don't understand that the betterment of the world is for us to go and to seek God and to be with God so that we can be a light to others as we supposed to be. That was our job. And it still is our job to be that, a light into others. And we got to do that regardless, even if they're trying to stop us. So then that come back with it was Jacob before he died, right? He was prophesizing to all the children of Israel before he died, and he told Dan he was gonna be a you gonna judge our brothers, and you gonna be a adder, as a type of snake in the way, biting at your brothers. You see what I'm saying? And if you go and you search out Edom, you go search out Edom, and Edom, they do this same type of thing. So it's like you got to see this thing they combine, because Dan go apostate at a certain time. Go apostate. When you go look in Revelations, Cash Cow, right? And go look at the city of God. When you go see the city of God coming down from heaven, you go see the names on it. You gonna see the apostle names there, right? And then you're gonna also see the tribes. And when you gonna see, you're like, oh, what Dan at? You gonna see Dan name not mentioned in that, right? You gonna see his name not mentioned. Now, there's a reason for that. That people know they skip that. Like, so it's a people out here that's been cut off. You see what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about us. It's a people, but they doing is they biting a way to stop the other people from getting to God. You know, I just say they standing at the gate, and while they standing at the gate, it's people that can go in, but they stopping people from going in. You see what I'm saying? So they trying not to allow us to worship God. So that's why they had change all the try to hide all the holy days, and then falsify these holidays, right? You see what I'm saying? Order to in order to keep our minds in a realm that they can control. You see what I'm saying? That when we break loose from that and stop thinking that what they say matters and what God say matters, you know what I mean? And let all men be a lie, let God be true, and all men be a lie. You see what I'm saying? The way we just trust God and don't let nobody for, because some people take these type of knowledge, right, and they're gonna use it for a deception too, right? So this is the problem, because some people, like, somebody might want to be like the magnificent, right? So then they'll use the information just to get a crowd, to have people around them to do what they want, but not actually for the purpose of it. You see what I'm saying? And I don't deal in that. You see what I'm saying? I don't deal with nobody that in lust, in self-lust. They're self-lust. See, it got to be after God. You got a heart, got to be after God. Like David had. That's why Jesus came in that line, because David was a man after God's own heart. That's why his line continues forever, because of Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? So most people, they don't understand how God put that there for you to realize your heart and your mind got to be to God. Even if you've sinned and done things wrong, you got to go to God and ask God for forgiveness. You got to bring those things that you've sinned before God and let God deal with you. Let God clean your heart and your mind. David wasn't perfect. He was an adulterer. He did things that weren't right. He was a murderer. He did things. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta humble yourself and present yourself before God. Let God clean your hands, clean your feet, clean your eyes, clean your ears, restore your language. All of these things, they come in the spirit of God, because what's in the spirit can't be taken away from you. Remember, everything the devil tried to take away from you, God gonna stir back unto you. Remember what happened to Job. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta stand through the test. And the thing is, what people stand? Are people willing to stand? Do they understand what standing is? It's not standing on the business of the world. It's the business of God. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we don't understand that. Like, realize when you was created by your creator to what do what you created to do. So your heart, your mind is there to be put in a place where it can be used by God. Do you not know that your body is the temple of God, in which the Holy Spirit dwells? So then, okay, so your body must have the Holy Spirit dwelling in it. You were born to be able to get the Holy Spirit to let it dwell within you, but you got to want to get it to dwell within you. And I understand it like, oh, I'm looking for God outside of you. No, Jesus told you the same way he had to come, and then even though he was who he was, he still had to allow John the Baptist to baptize him. John the Baptist didn't want to baptize him, saying, I'm not worthy to baptize you. But he said, let this be so that all righteousness be fulfilled. Right? So even though Jesus was already all righteousness for us, he still was humble, even being all righteous, even being holy, allowing somebody that's not as holy as him to baptize him in order for us to be able to become with holy hands the same way he already had, in order to take us out of the captivity, in order to defeat the devil that tries to destroy our soul. It's past the flesh. The flesh gonna die anyway, but this isn't the original state. And people got to understand that this not the original state. You got to be born again. That's why Jesus said you must be born again. By renewing of your mind, by cleaning of your heart, so that you can get into the original state. And then he said, when we see him, we shall be as he is. That's going to place us into the original state. First, get your heart and mind there. Remember what we was talking about earlier, Young Shane? If you want to build a building, first you got to have a plan, right? And the plan, even when speaking the plan and thought, right? It's still what spirit. So first you got to get your spirit right in order to see the structure or the building of God. The building, you must have a plan. And the plan must come from the spirit. As it took the spirit to build the structure. These high advanced conversations, this ain't regular conversations that you already know, Cash Cow. Yeah, man. Hold on, y'all. Let me play Fade on. See what we was at in that. We'll sit listening to, and then I'll play a little bit.
Fuck black history. Ain't no black history. This ain't black history. This ain't that you'll see. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. They don't know about me. You don't know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. I'm about to K. Oh yeah, free to God. They went out of state. I'm a child of God, I do not belong to the United States. For a black history trail, Uncle Sam, he can catch a fade. I went to hell, I mean school, graduated at the top of my class. Still never thought I was over my peers. We did it.
Yeah, Cash Cow. Cause see, Cash Cow, it's about wanting to learn. See, when you want to learn beyond what the world want to offer, not God want to offer, what the world want to offer. When you like, nah, this I want the real plate. When he say he prepares a table before me, what in the presence of my enemies. So that means even though the enemies might be all around me, or the structure of the enemy might be all around me, it's still going to be a plate prepared for me in the midst of that. You see what I'm saying? I play to God, not them, because he said he prepares me. Who is he? The Lord. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. That same Lord at the beginning, he prepares the same one that laid me down in the green pasture, that lead me by the still water. He restores my soul. You see what I'm? That one. For his name's sake. You see what I'm saying? So I gotta remember him for his name's sake, not because of me. It's for his name to be known so that we can be a light unto others, not just ourselves. You see what I'm saying? It's a bigger purpose, and they trying to keep us away from the bigger purpose, which means it's gotta be Satan involved. Because he's the only one that's against the bigger purpose, which is God's will. You see what I'm saying? This is a good one to come back to. If somebody missed this one to come back to right here. This one to come back to. Good morning, y'all. Great day. Yeah, man. And sometimes it come in pieces, and you just gotta keep vibing.
At the top of my class, still never thought I was over my peers. We did that time together 12 years. Ain't that some movie? I think that it is. They won't control me, I'm really a member. I traveled that road, I came back with the jewels for 'em. When I pull up, they be how the rules going. We some dog killers, won't true bones. Know we all spit 'em, we supreme. Somewhere I read a nigga had a dream. Did them dirty, they keep playing back that same to us, but it bullshit. If you win the battle, you can tell the story and delete whoever, give whoever glory. Hope you listen closely, this ain't metaphor. This is straight up real and I prepared you for it. MLK was a motherfucking agent. At first he ain't know it, cause really they played him. They showed him the front of the building, they tell him the back was burning. But the secret they gave him, he tried to reveal it. Go back and listen to that. I have a dream, and the speed that he gave on the night before they killed him. He clouded that mountain and seen the promised land. That boy was a mason by writing. They sealed them documents forever. But I know masons in Atlanta know better. They said he would kill cause of prejudice. Yeah, but they lied to you. Here I come with that shovel on, yelling fuck black. Yeah, it's street, ain't no black. Yeah, it's streets. They gon' know about me. You gon' know about me. See, I am not a slave. I was born to slide. I am not afraid. Hop about that K. Oh yeah, free the guys. They went out of state. Yeah, I'm a child.
Appalachian Mountains, right? What state is closest by the Cash Cow? What state Cash Cow close by there?
God, I do not belong to the United States. Yeah, fuck black history. Tell Uncle Sam he can catch a fade. They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British. Man, quite frankly, you was Kingsman.
Well, the Appalachian Mountains, what state that's in? That in like Colorado? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what Appalachian's at. I could look up something about it. I can look up something about it for sure.
Merovingians, they took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them, and this shit get way deeper than your pigment. What if I told you you was born sovereign and all you ever had to do was admit this shit? What if I told you that this was your ancestor land? That mean that they was the immigrants. Wait, I think there's someone.
We already know that. You see what I'm saying? Even with the original definition of American, you see what I'm saying? They say the copper colored people are the Americas. You see what I'm saying? That's the original definition of America. You see what I'm saying? So there was a time where they respect, but then there was a time where they plotted and was like, we gonna do this. There's and then it go could be sneaky. You just try to make it look away, and it's not really that way. Georgia Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia. Oh, it's by these places? Oh, so I'm not that far west. Like in Georgia, that's why they got the Georgia milestones out that way too for them people. I know people trying to blow them up too. Wrote them in all the languages. All right, so Georgia, South Carolina. I got people from South Carolina. Like I don't know how many far back granddaddy. One of my greats, of my granddaddies, he built the church. It's on South Carolina campus, the University of South Carolina. His church still standing on their campus now. They don't even know that he built it. My grandma told me about it. It's a lot of stuff you see what I'm saying. It's a lot of stuff you learn. Goes all the way through the 13 original colonies. All right. Almost. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. We gotta talk about that, Cash. It's just that most people that be having the knowledge, Cash, right? They have the knowledge, but they don't got the spirit. And when they got the spirit, I mean, when you got those people got the knowledge. They got the knowledge by somebody who was trying to use that knowledge to deceive them. It's just like what he was saying about Martin Luther King. Like they took him up there to the mountain, right? But they took him up there in order to get him to be an agent in a way where he didn't know they was persuading him to say, do stuff. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Even though he was coming out and trying to tell us how they had been tricked them. You see what I'm saying? But they was only showing it to them to try to get their way. So some people have knowledge and stuff and only try to give it to you in order to seduce you. You see what I'm saying? Just like somebody with some money, they try to get over on somebody sometimes. You know what I mean? Oh yes, I guess I ain't got given that. I'm just follow me foot for foot. You know how it be, bro. You see what I'm saying? Some people like, and it's different because see, Jesus said, "Freely I give unto you, freely give unto others." So I know the difference. You see what I'm saying? Because I follow the Spirit of God, not no other spirit. You know what I mean? Like Christ told us that we got many gifts, but of the self same Spirit. You see what I'm saying? Of the self same Spirit, not of many different spirits. Knowledge is free. It's supposed to be used to share with others. That's right, Cash. See, Cash Cat. I don't know. We in here till now be knowing people be having wisdom and understanding and stuff. Sometimes cause I remember when I was just in the chats, like nobody would know how much I knew. You know what I mean? And I would be humble though. Like I'm being humble because I was focused on the purpose of coming, not just to say stuff. You see what I'm saying? And then in time, when it's time to say things in the purpose of in that purpose of it, then therefore that's when you want it to come out. You want to be able to be prepared for the moment when you're supposed to speak. You know. Mm-hmm. Man, what's up? All three of y'all. Salute to you. Mm. Just up and thinking, bro. Yeah, I wouldn't be out of the range of going though. The Appalachian Mountains. That's what I talk to sis. That's what I'm saying. I want to talk to her. Cause see cause see God gave her a mind to like the search, the look for. You see what I'm saying? And like so like her being used in that form to put these things together, then it's gonna be like, oh, I was learning all this stuff in order to know this, to do this, and know this for this to come for this. Oh, you see what I'm saying? As she learned, like, so this is a big thing, and it's not just her; it's for a lot of us and all of us that want to accept it and want to, So it's just a big growth for us, man. If we accept it, you know what I mean? That's a, but we all got a choice whether we accept God or not. He said he stand before us every day with holding life and death in the palm of his hands. And he said he tell us to choose life. So God's will is for us to choose life. But he got life and death in the palm of his hand. And he commanding us to choose life. Now, why we don't choose life is only if we not his sheep. Because he said, my sheep know my voice. And no stranger voice will they follow. So if we start going after death, it's not because of him. But he's telling us, go after life. Now, will we choose life? It's the thing. Will we? Will we choose life? Hey, Nosy Bug, what up? Okay, she got a name on new name, Nosy Bug here. They said I like that. Nosy Bug. Okay. That's good. In here chopping it up with Cash Couch, we having a conversation back and forth. We talking good. We talking good. They say only a fool speaks and acts without purpose, but a wise person speaks and acts with purpose. Yeah, Cash Cow. With purpose in everything, right? Because I know that I'm not breathing for nothing. So I know that God got me here for a purpose. So what I got to do is make sure these breaths that I'm taking is not in vain. Because God has already graced me with the breath. Now, what I do is make sure I don't use this breath in vain, that I stay focused on the mission. You see what I'm saying? Because that's being thankful and recognizing why God gave me. He said, take out these shoes, but then he said, for this is holy ground. So if I take out the shoes, amen, nosy bug, you see what I'm saying? So if I take out the shoes, right? But I'm taking off the shoes because I realize it's holy ground. But now if I'm just taking off the shoes and then I'm gonna go run in the unholy ground, then I need to put my shoes back on because that's not what that's for. But my shoes come off because this material right here is not needed in this place. You see what I'm saying? And that's how we gotta learn. That's how we gotta learn when God want us to. It's time. Sometimes it's time to take stuff off. And if you want to dwell what God wants you at, you gotta remove it. You see what I'm saying? And it's up for us to understand that and learn that and appreciate God for being honest about that. He said, "Those who endure chastisement is 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 his children. His children. Those who God to chastise them is their children." What's up, T. Slate says? What's good, sis? What's good? Yeah, just coolness is just talking good, man. Cat couch. I was talking about you too, sis. Slave, we need to look up the Merovingians, and we need to Google the Appalachian Mountains and just the surrounding areas and look. We need yeah, that's right, Nosy Bug. This a good one. Anybody who ain't heard this whole thing, you need to go back because God was just using me in here. So I'm just saying, like, if you ain't heard the whole thing, if you just coming in, when you get a chance, go back because the way it's just, you know what I mean? It's just like and it's something like when you see I ain't got no script, I ain't set nothing up, I ain't do nothing. I'm just talking. It's gonna happen, like because like once you get into purpose, God's purpose for you. You see what I'm saying? Then like when I wake up, I'm focused on that purpose. It's other things I could do. My wife in the house, I could just go lay back down. I could just go. You see what I'm saying? But it's different. It's different when it's more than that. That's a gift to me. You see what I'm saying? And even though God give her to me, I still have what purpose on him. It's also her too. Like she got purpose with him. She need time to, you see what I'm saying? The talk with God herself in the morning too, and different stuff. Or even just the rest. She got to work. I'm off. So now I'm outside. I don't want to be too loud and you know what I mean, to where she don't get her proper rest, so that she can't go focus on work. You see what I'm saying? You know, hey, the Lord say, um, count it joy when people speak all manners of evil against you and everything, and it's not true. So when people speaking on me and it's evil and it's not true, it's a blessing to me. Cause I know it ain't true, sis. You see what I'm saying? If somebody speaking evil on you, sis, it ain't true. The Lord told us to count it all joy. I want to find this scripture because I wanna grow. Y'all want to grow? Y'all want to grow? If you want to grow, say amen. Say amen if you want to grow. Cause I love to grow in the Lord. He said, build up the inner man. So every day we got to build up the inner man. Okay, that's what I'm saying. See, Slave, look at that. You see how you focus, Slave? You gotta stay there, Slave. Cause yeah, if you wanna grow, watch. Watch this. Yeah, watch this. Watch this, sis. Now check this. Now look, sometimes people don't know how they be blessing you when they be doing evil. They don't know that. But they do other stuff to themselves though. You know what I mean? It's blessing them. You see what I'm saying? But they blessing you. So check this. And I want all of us to get this. I want all of us to get this, right? Because I understand why God put me here. You see what I'm saying? To be able, you see what I'm saying? And I ain't against my people. You see what I'm saying? I ain't here to like to downgrade. I'm trying to upgrade you in God's spirit. You heard Beyonce, let me upgrade you, yeah, upgrade you. But we talking on the inside first. He said, if you clean the inside of the cup, right? He said the outside will be clean as well, right, sis? The inside of the cup, right? So if you now look, my outside of the cup is me. This is my outside of the cup, but everybody focus on cleaning the outside of the cup, right? He was telling the Pharisees about this. You got to remember, right? So then he said, first clean the inside of the cup. That's the inner man. That's your soul. Clean your soul. And he said, and the outside of the cup will be clean as well. So, like what you do, if you go, when you go to wash in the tub, how you clean your soul? Oh, you ever did something so dirty in life that you went and took showers and showers, but you still ain't feel clean? Huh? Okay, so this how you clean that. All right, the zest ain't gonna work for this. Okay, you see what I'm saying? You can go get your best perfume. They not gonna work for this. You see what I'm saying? You're still stinking God's nostrils if you don't clean the inside of the cup. All right, so this take us to Matthew, y'all. This take us to Matthew, right? And it's the beauty too. It's so crazy. It's always something that I take y'all to. It'd be right there, right? So check this. All right, so listen. Listen, all right. The Sermon on the Mount, right? This is Matthew chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 1. The key verse we really can on is verse 11, though, y'all. Okay, and I could just go read y'all verse 11, but then I wouldn't be feeding y'all the whole roll. I need to feed you the whole roll. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to shortchange you, and I want to be in the fullness of the purpose that God gave me. So therefore, I'll go back for you. He said, when somebody asks you to walk a mile, he said, walk 2 miles with them. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to automatically go to walking the 2 miles because that's the way God brought me up. You see what I'm saying? That's the way he trained me. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead and walk the 2 miles. Why not? Why not? Because I already commanded you to. So I got to show that I'm his son. So I'm going to keep doing it. Right? So look, and seeing the multitudes, this verse 1, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, so he sat down, his disciples came unto him. They waited for him to see where he gonna go first, and then he sat down and said, "Okay, now we gonna go up here where he at." Did you see? But they was see the patience, right? And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, "Listen, this is what he taught his disciples, right? Went up to a mountain, and he saw a gathering of a multitude, right? He went up to a high place where everybody could hear him speak. What? And also is on a mountain. See, he always doing stuff in certain places for particular reasons, and it matters, right? Now you can find these beauty tools that we're finna read. You can find these in Psalm chapter 1, verse 1 through 6, and that's good. You can go find this also, and that's just you're gonna see what David telling you to stay away from the scornful. This stuff that we already talked about. This stuff we already talked about. I'm only going over what we already talked about, and guess what? It's for you to grow. That means even out of what I've already told you, it's still more to grasp out of what I told you. And you can want a new message, right? But the message is receive what I already gave you. You see what I'm saying? Receive what I already gave you, and that's how that's how God will do you. He say, eat this, and people get refused and not knowing that's what's gonna heal them. You know what I mean? So check this. The beauty tools now. We starting at verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now remember why we're poor in spirit, and we have a lot of spirit. Yeah. But remember, like a broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart, God will not despise it. He will not turn you away. So that's why how you doing, bro? So that's why it's a blessed the poor in spirit. That's somebody breaking their mind and allowing God to only you know God. You know the way my mind supposed to work. Make me think the way you would want me to think. Put me in the mindset that I should move in my house, on my job, and I talk to people as I pray. Put me in the mindset that I need God in the name of Jesus. You can say in the name of the Father too when you're talking to Jesus. And then when you're talking to the Father, you can say in the name of Jesus. See what you got to understand, because he tell you some things you ask it with in my Father's name, but he say whatever you ask in my name too. So, but these are lessons to learn so that you know how to pray and how to ask, how to knock. He said, if you knock, the door shall be open. He said, if you ask, you shall receive. He said, if you seek, you shall find. So how do you do these things that's supposed to be 100 ability? I'm supposed to get it if I do this. I'm supposed to receive it if I do this. It's supposed to happen, right? So how do I get to that point? Yes, by what he said, if you obey him, that's how you get to that point. You see what I'm saying? So listen, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. So you should be in a place where you groan in the morning, because what happens is And we ain't talking about sexual. Get it out your mind. Okay? Then what I'm talking about is for the kingdom of heaven to come down from heaven to you. Because he say it's a scripture that says, when this earthly tent passes away, I know that I have a home, a heavenly home. So while I'm on earth, I groan, I groan, seeking this heavenly home. So while we're here, our tent on earth is us, our flesh. This is my tent on earth. No matter if I'm outside or not, I'm in this body. You see what I'm saying? This is a tent. But when this tent passes away, I know that I got a heavenly home. But listen, in having a heavenly home, I must groan for it. I must seek God for it. I must get down and understand how to receive this heavenly home. And I must receive it while I'm in my earthly tent. This is nothing I can receive outside of my earthly tent. I must receive it during the time that I'm here. You understand that? Because imagine not having a home in the spiritual realm when you leave here. Imagine not receiving your home here so that when you leave, you have it. What home is that, Fred? What home is that? I go and prepare a place for you. That's what the Lord say. In my Father's house, there are many mansions. If it was not so, I wouldn't tell you. So it's a heavenly home that's already been prepared for you. But while on earth, if you're not doing what's necessary for you to receive it here, so that when you leave here, you have a place to come home to, you'll be a wandering spirit. Mm. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. So it's okay to mourn so that you can be comforted, right? You want to be comforted, right? Then go mourn to God. Let God give you your heavenly home. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit what? The earth. Now, what earth they gonna inherit? You trying to be meek to inherit just this earth, or do you understand that this earth and heaven is gonna be destroyed, and it's gonna be a new heavens and a new earth is gonna come down from God. This is the same place that Jesus told you he was going. I prepare a place for you. He's gonna bring that place down. His Father's home. He's gonna bring that down from God down here. You see what I'm saying? And you need to have a home in this place that you receive while you're here. But the world is trying to distract you while you're here from getting prepared for the home that you need to receive here. So they're trying to distract you with everything around you so you never focus on the home that you must receive while you're here. That is for your inner man. Okay? This is a really good teaching, and a lot of people don't teach this. This is not something that you find everywhere, even though it's right here in the Bible. People will not teach this. Bless verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. You hear me? Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after what? Food, burgers? No. Okay. You got me? Clothes, jewelry? No. Money, cash, cars? No. 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 You see what I'm saying? Get that out your mind. Focus. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. Watch. I'm not finished with the verse, but I'm being slow because it's something big to grasp. Blessed that our day which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. Not my righteousness, because my righteousness is as what? A filthy rag. So not our righteousness, okay? But he said, the scriptures tell us what? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all his righteousness. Whose righteousness? Whose is the kingdom of heaven? Oh, not my righteousness. Okay, God's righteousness. Yeah, this is the thing that will be acceptable by God. That's what we've seen in the scriptures. If you watched my last sermon, you know what I'm talking about. When Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, the Holy Spirit descended like a dove onto Jesus and stayed on Jesus. That was him receiving the heavenly home. Not that Jesus didn't already have the heavenly home. Not that he didn't already have it. He already existed and when he created it for you afterwards, right? But understand, he's doing this for you to learn. You must receive your heavenly home while you're here on earth before you die. You must. That's why he come and tell them you must be born again. That was birthing again. What happened to him there? Not just with water. Because John said, I baptized you with water. But the one who comes after me, he shall baptize you with fire and Holy Ghost. The, okay, your heavenly home, Holy Ghost. The fire is what? It burns up all the iniquity in you, all the things that are not like God, and you get burnt away. All of the things that are not, we should be tried through the fire, but we should come out pure as gold. Okay, you understand? Okay, let me slow down. Verse 7. No, actually, verse 6. Let me read that again. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, right? And since we understand what righteousness is, God's righteousness, right? He say, the scripture say, for they shall be filled. Meaning God will give you that. All you gotta do is follow him. He said, if you believe me, if you love me, like you say you do, then you're gonna keep my commandments. And he said, as I kept my father's commandments. And then he said, what? Then I and my father, we will come and make our home inside you. Okay, that's the heavenly home coming down to you. But the only way to do it is you're going to follow Jesus' commandments. Because you say you love him, you're going to follow his commandments as he kept his father's commandments. And those things combined going to make the Father and the Son make the home in you, the home that was made in heaven for you already. Okay? All right, check this. Verse 7. Blessed are the but merciful. These qualities we must have. Hunger and thirst for righteousness, be merciful, right? Bless, well, be meek. You gotta be meek. Even when somebody out of line, we still gotta learn to keep our poise, our resolve. Blessed are they that mourn. You gotta mourn. These are things he's showing us we gotta do, right? Blessed are the poor in spirit. You gotta be poor in spirit to let God fill you up. Can't be high-minded. Gotta be meek. This is simple instructions. They right there. They're right there. But everybody don't see it, y'all. Okay? Everybody don't see it. So let me show you. Bless verse 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall what? Obtain mercy. You see how that works? You be merciful because then God gonna show you mercy. Yeah, you're like, oh, Fred, you're doing the most craziest thing. But yeah, but if God showed you a point in your life where you did something that is so crazy to God that you need mercy for that thing, that you'll understand. It's chess, not checkers. You get it? Okay. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Oh, so I ain't finna let nobody put no evil in my heart. I want to see God. You want to see God? Yeah, I want to see God. Yeah. So I'm not gonna let you put that filthiness in my heart. I don't care what you say, any kind of I can't let it get. I'm guarding my heart. But hey, before I guard my heart, what? I'm letting God purify my heart. Then I'm guarding it. You see what I'm saying? I'm letting God purify my heart and put joy in my heart. Then I'm guarding because I ain't gonna let the evil bird come in and steal the joy that God puts in my heart. You see what I'm saying? That's what you can't do. It's an evil bird that's out there trying to do that. Mm-mm-mm. You ever heard of flying serpents like dragons, evil birds? You see what I'm saying? mm. Verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers. So make sure you have a pure heart. You see that? That's an instruction. Be a peacemaker. My name is, that's what my name means, peaceful ruler. Now, if you find out what peaceful ruler means, then you'll know my name. What name means peaceful ruler, then you'll learn my name. That's what my name means. For they shall be called the children of God. You see that? Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. But not just that, right, y'all? Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. The peacemakers are the children of God. You see that? Hmm. Verse 10. These are called the beauty tools. This is how you get dressed. This is how you clean the insides. You see what I'm saying? Blessed are they, and this is what Jesus teaching the multitude. He called his disciples. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. You see that? When you're getting persecuted for something you're doing that's a righteous thing to God, but innocent blood, when you're trying to figure out what happened to innocent blood, right? And it's a righteous thing to God because it's the innocent's blood, right? Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Not our righteousness, God's righteousness. Because God said, what you doing to my least one, you doing to me also. So any of God's children, where you doing something to, and his even his least of his children, you do unto God also. Mm. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Why? For theirs, excuse me, y'all, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So if you get persecuted for righteousness' sake, then you have the kingdom of heaven. Don't you want the kingdom of heaven? I do. So I don't mind being persecuted for righteousness' sake. You see what I'm saying? So I can attain the spiritual thing. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Verse 11. This is our key verse, y'all. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you, what? Falsely. Who for who? For my sake. Hmm. So now he let you know it's for his sake. You see? Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Yes, that's right. Come on. They persecuted the prophets. So that's why we got all of these gifts. You see what I'm saying? For God's will. Not just to say we got gifts. Heck, you got a gift and you ain't using it for God's will, folks. It's vain then. We got to be in God's will, not in our own will. Jesus told you, not my will, but thy will. And who is thy will? God's will. That's what he was saying to God. Now, when they saying do thy will, they trying to change it into their own slang. You see what I'm saying? They trying to take it from being the will of God to that will being yours. No, God's will. Align my purpose to your purpose. That's why he say, give me a heavenly mind. Give me that mind of Christ. Not the Christ conscious that these people talk about. Get that out of the way. That's not the same thing as having the mind of Christ according to the Bible. That's a different understanding. They're just trying to pull off of Christ's anointing to do some magic trick. People do that. Okay. Okay, that was our 11 verses, and I think y'all should be able to get a lot out of that. That should be enough for y'all. I don't want to overfeed you, and I think that was what I was going to go to. Actually, it's the 12th verse, which I read to you too. I gave y'all that. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. So that's how God look at you. A person he built up. So you stay this. Listen to me, y'all. You stay this. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, persecute you, and shall do all manner against evil against you falsely for my name's sake. So don't worry. Don't worry about when that stuff happens to you. Oh, they doing this to me. They doing it, and for God's name's sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad. That's what you got to do. Don't change that. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Stop being upset. Stop being down. Stop being hurt. Stop allowing them to control your emotion. When God said rejoice and be glad. Trust God. Rejoice and be glad. We walk not by faith, but by not by sight, but by faith. We walk by faith, but not by sight. We walk by faith, but not by sight, okay? So you can't walk by sight and say you're in faith. You got to walk by faith and not by sight. So you can't choose to watch everything around you and then be overwhelmed and consumed by it. Understand what God says happen for these things happen around you. You see these things happening around you, understand the prophecies. Walk by faith. See, when you see these things around you and it get you down, you walking by sight. Or if you see these things around you and you understand the mission, you walk by faith. It didn't say what? Rejoice and be exceedingly glad. For great is your reward. What? In heaven, not on earth, in heaven, they says Kelly. Yeah, this part right here actually for you. So when you go back, you just go back and rewind it all the way back. You go rewind it all the way back and get everything from the beginning. That's a 2-hour live, but that's okay. You go catch every part of this, Kelly. But this end right here, especially for you. You see what I'm saying? Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Okay? Yes. Yeah, that's right, Nosy Bud, by faith. You see what I'm saying? Some people want to walk by sight. That's why I was having that difficulty earlier. Now, don't walk by faith. Huh? Don't walk by faith. That was only because that's how some people feel. They walking by sight, but you can't walk by sight. So even though they revile you and persecute and say all men are evil against you falsely for my name's sake, count it all joy. Rejoice, because great is your reward in heaven. Receive your heavenly reward. Stop denying your heavenly reward by acting out based off of what people are trying to do to you in this realm. Count it all joy. Rejoice exceedingly, for great is your reward be built up in heaven. He says, store your riches in heaven. This is how you store your riches. People are going to speak this way, do this type of evil stuff against you. People are going to, don't let nobody leave filthy stuff in your heart at all. Listen to me, y'all. Listen, and I go back up and give you these instructions. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You're going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake if you're going to receive the kingdom of heaven. So face it, we're going to be persecuted, okay, for righteousness' sake. Blessed are the peacemakers. You must be a peacemaker. Blessed are the pure in heart. You must have a pure heart. You can't have nothing there that's not needed, that's not of God. How you get that out? God, forgive me of my sins that I know of and my hidden sins that I don't know of. And God, anything that's in me that is not like you, remove it from me in the name of Jesus. You must say that with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your being, for that to mean something. Okay? That would knock everything out of you if you believe it. Okay? Blessed are the peacemakers. We got to be peacemakers, right? For they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are the pure in heart. We got to have a pure heart. This I'm giving you the jewels to let your gifts function for the will of God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So you got to have a pure heart. Blessed are the merciful. So you have to be merciful. For they shall obtain mercy. We need it. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. This is God righteousness. We already went over that. So we gotta hunger and thirst for righteousness. It's not should we? We have to. We have to be a people that hunger and thirst for righteousness. For they shall be filled. That's God's righteousness. And he promised that. He said, if you love me, that's hunger, you're gonna hunger and thirst after something you love, right? He said, keep my commandments as I kept my father's commandments. As I kept my father's commandments, you keep my commandments. And I and my father will come and make our home with you. That's the heavenly home that you're sent here, down here, in order to groan to receive. But you got to groan to receive that. That's how you receive your heavenly home. Your the Father and Son coming in. That's how you get the kingdom of heaven inside of you. That way when they say, look, the kingdom of heaven is here, or the kingdom of heaven is here, you're gonna realize the kingdom of heaven is already inside of you. That's what you gotta know. But you gotta know that already. All right. Blessed are the meek. We gotta be meek, y'all. No matter what nobody else say, we have to be meek. Can't be high-minded. Stay meek. For they shall inherit the earth. That's the new earth. Excuse me, y'all. Blessed are they that mourn. We gonna mourn. But why? Because we gonna be confident. That's okay. It's okay to mourn because you know that you're gonna be confident. We gotta groan for this kingdom of heaven. It's okay to mourn. It's okay to go through it, but go through it to what? To what? Be confident, not to dwell and be depressed. And it's not for you to be in a depressed state. That's not what it is. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Remember, God said, broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart, I will not despise. I will not turn you away. I will not deny you. I will answer you if you come to me like that. Understand that. If you come to God like that, He will answer you. If you go to God and you feel like you're going that way, and He hasn't answered you, it's up for you to realize that I'm not really giving it all. And that's going to bring you to a new level. It's not that that's bad. It's just that it's a point that you have to get to the understanding of. Remember, the fear of the Lord is knowledge, and the fear of the Lord is wisdom. is the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So, in order to obtain true knowledge or true wisdom, you must first fear the Lord. So, in your going down to the Lord, if you realize, hey, I'm not really giving my whole heart, you got that knowledge because what you're starting to fear the Lord, and you realize that the results ain't happening, and it's not happening because it was me. I was in that point before. That's how I got here, by realizing that I was there, and that changed me. Because when I spoke to God, the next time I spoke to God, it just, boom, it happened. And it will happen for you. But you got to realize, y'all be blessed of the Lord. I appreciate y'all. It's been 2 hours. Good morning. Great day. Enjoy your day. Y'all go kiss your families, your daughters. You know what I mean? Kiss your daughters. Women kiss your sons. Men kiss your daughters on the cheek, on the forehead, something beautiful, not nothing sexual or nothing out of the way, no craziness. But check on your children. That's another thing we're supposed to always say. Y'all make sure y'all say y'all prayers. And y'all make sure y'all pray for Florida. And y'all pray for North Carolina and everybody going through anywhere. And there's other places that's been going through other stuff besides that. So just pray. Keep a level-headed mind. Don't let nobody take you into a dungeon that God then brought you out of. Remember, Daniel was in the lion's den, right? So when God brought him out of it, you think Daniel said, "Okay, look, y'all, I'm gonna go back in the lion's den so y'all can see how the angels just gonna shut the mouth of the lion." No, because he is also written not to tempt God. You don't put yourself in a situation forcefully that God is removing you from. Now that God is removing you from it, you be removed. You be removed from it to show that you believe God. You do that. That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. We have to stand on the word. Now they say stand on business came from the Bible. You stand on the word. That was first. So I'm gonna stand on God's business and be busy about my own house. Which what? This is my house, me. This is my house, me. And my house what? Do you not know that your body is the what? The temple of God in which the Holy Spirit dwells. So my business is what? God's business. Oh, so the whole time I've been mourning, I'm supposed to be focused on the will of God. Yes, that's what we're supposed to do. Let's focus on the will of God, not the will of self. Don't let these people fool you out here. Peace and love. I appreciate y'all. Till next time, POP, hold it down. What my sister say? Mama, I love you. POP, hold it down, y'all. I'm sure we'll be going live later. Peace out. Salute.